10 Stoic phrases to silence manipulators. Instantly, Stoics never argue with manipulators. Thrive on emotional reactions, confusion, guilt, fear, or anger. The Stoics understood this centuries ago. They knew that power is not in control over others, but in control over oneself. In this video, you'll learn 10 Stoic phrases that don't attack, don't explain, and don't escalate, but instantly disarm manipulators. These phrases work because they remove emotional fuel. When spoken calmly and without justification, they shift power back to you. This is not about winning arguments. It's about ending manipulation altogether. 1. I don't agree, and that's okay. Manipulators rely on forcing agreement or creating pressure through discomfort. This phrase shuts that down immediately. You are not defending your position, proving logic, or seeking validation. You're stating a boundary with peace. Stoicism teaches that we are not obligated to share opinions, only to remain virtuous. When you say this calmly, manipulators lose leverage because disagreement no longer creates conflict. It shows emotional independence, which manipulators cannot control. 2. I've made my decision. This phrase ends debates instantly. Manipulators often keep conversations open to exhaust you into compliance. By calmly stating that your decision is final, you remove the opening they need. Marcus Aurelius believed clarity was a form of strength. You don't need to justify how you decided. Your autonomy is enough. Repeating this phrase without emotion teaches others that persistence will not change your resolve. 3. I'm not comfortable with that. This sentence exposes manipulation without accusation. Stoics avoided unnecessary confrontation, but never ignored their inner signal of discomfort. This phrase brings the focus back to your internal boundary, not their behavior. Manipulators depend on ambiguity. Clarity makes them retreat. Spoken slowly and without explanation, it forces them to either respect your boundary or reveal their intentions. 4. That's your interpretation. Manipulators often twist reality to provoke guilt or self-doubt. This phrase separates facts from emotional manipulation. Epictetus taught that events themselves don't disturb us, our judgments do. By acknowledging their perspective without adopting it, you deny them control over your emotional state. It ends gaslighting because you refuse to argue about perception. 5. I'll think about it. Urgency is a manipulator's weapon. Stoics valued pause over impulse. This phrase neutralizes pressure and buys you time without confrontation. You are not agreeing, refusing, or explaining, just stepping back. Manipulators hate delays because they rely on emotional momentum. Silence and time restore your power. 6. Let's stay on the original issue. When manipulators feel cornered, they change topics, bring up the past, or create emotional distractions. This phrase calmly pulls the conversation back to reality. Stoicism values focus and reason over chaos. You're not accusing them, you're refusing to be dragged into confusion. It exposes manipulation without drama. 7. I don't need to explain myself. This is one of the most powerful Stoic phrases. Manipulators demand explanations because explanations create vulnerability. Stoics believed self-respect comes from inner authority, not external approval. This phrase ends interrogation. When spoken calmly, it shocks manipulators because they expect justification. Your silence becomes strength. 8. I'm responsible for my actions, not your feelings. Guilt is a favorite manipulation tool. Stoics taught that we are accountable only for our choices, not the emotional reactions of others. This phrase breaks emotional control instantly. You are not dismissing emotions, you are refusing responsibility for them. It forces manipulators to confront their own emotional regulation. 9. This conversation is nitrogen monoxide longer productive. Stoics avoided pointless conflict. This phrase is a dignified exit that leaves no room for argument. You're not storming away, you're choosing wisdom over ego. Manipulators depend on endless discussion to wear you down. Ending the interaction calmly removes their power entirely. 10. I'm at peace with my choice. This phrase signals emotional closure. Manipulators push hardest when they sense doubt. Stoicism teaches tranquility as the highest state of power. When you express peace, not anger or defensiveness, it ends manipulation completely. There's nothing left to control. Silence is not weakness, it is Stoics didn't silence manipulators by shouting or proving points. They did it by withdrawing emotional participation. These phrases work because they are rooted in self-control, clarity, and inner calm. Use them sparingly, calmly, and without explanation. The goal is not to dominate, but to be unmovable. And when manipulators realize they cannot disturb your peace, they disappear.